It's the weekend, it's Mailbag. I'm joined this week by Matt, Keith, and Ed. As Keith said, bit of a dream team. Before we kick off, Tim Jones, has said, I was there right behind the goal in a box and it lost it. So he's referring to the Stephen Pienaar goal that I put on the tweet there, which must have been a lovely away end to be in. Was anyone at the away end that game?
No.
No,
It would have been more impressive if Tom Jones was there.
It would have been. I mean, it's not unusual to make a mistake like that, is it? So, oh my god, yeah. Right. Anyway, let's launch it. Let's go with the hot topic. So this week's hot topic: what's been the biggest fix in football? Anyone know what this relates to?
Saudi Arabia World Cup.
Pretty much, yeah. It was, if not a fix, a foregone conclusion. That had to be the least exciting sort of draw for anything, that didn't it? So.
Pretty pathetic.
Yeah, another Winter World Cup to look forward to. Great stuff.
Oh, they're swearing blood. It's going to be in the summer, like.
Oh, really? Are they going to do it in neon?
That's where they're planning to do, like some of the stadiums in neon, which is definitely is a real thing that will definitely get built.
Incredible stuff. Yeah, I just think there's like someone will kick the ball over, it'll go out, and it'll drop like about 3,000 feet to the floor. Strange.
Bunch of players going, I'm not getting that.
Yeah, you kicked it, mate. You kicked it.
Kicks it, gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
Them's the rules.
And so we for the biggest fix in football, we had a lot of shouts for the Reds, which we'll come on to in a minute. But Matt, have you got anything on this?
I still maintain that Alan's red card against Newcastle was the FA, the Premier League, and the PGMOL colluding to try and send us down. I walked out. I didn't even see Iwobi's goal. I walked out of the ground after that because I said, that's it. They're trying to do us. They're trying to take us out. And it's not even like a conspiratorial kind of thinking because Andy Burnham on the Good Times podcast even said the words like they tried to take us, not about that situation, just in general.
Yeah.
They tried to take us out. For such like a respected politician to feel empowered to say that, it's pretty blatant, isn't it?
Yeah. The funny thing about that interview, if anyone's listened to it, it's a really good interview. But the funny thing was when he said, I think you lads must be about 10 years younger than me. I'm in my mid-50s. Kevin and Liam were not in. He put like 10 years on Kevin and Liam there. They were not impressed with that at all. But yeah, that's a good shout. And I think subsequent red cards and VAR calls have sort of shown that was like the biggest nonsense ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a belter shout. Ed, what have you got?
I think generally, I would say the fixture list. What an absolute fix that is. Random my ass. It's ridiculous. I mean, I know there are certain things they have to account for, fine. But it's very weird how we tend to just finish the season away at Arsenal or Newcastle or something like that.
Yeah.
Bit bizarre.
Also, the regularity with which like both Merseyside clubs will play both Manchester teams on the same weekend, like happened last weekend, that happens quite a bit. There does seem to be a lot of things whereby it's not just the police having an input to sort of say, well, obviously these two clubs can't play on the same weekend like Merseyside Police, but clubs just putting in like, do you reckon we can have this fixture down? Go on.
Yeah. It's just the little things, really. It's like how we always used to be away to Sunderland or Middlesbrough in the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Always.
And I think
I think that picture's Man City, isn't it? Always in the
yeah. And I think for about 4 seasons running, didn't we have the promoted club either home or away on the opening day?
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the mid 2010s. Yeah, that is a great shout. Actually, literally a fix.
But I think the first day that was based on like where we always finished because they always put them up against sort of a mid-table-ish team. Like they didn't want to do champions versus 20th on the first day, did they?
All right, okay.
Which is mental because it's.
I think it's changed
throw the
now.
Pictures out and see who plays who.
Yeah. I think it's changed now because obviously we're finishing so low. I think now we're getting better teams on the first day.
Probably shooting ourselves in the foot at every occasion. Keith, have you got anything?
I don't know if it counts as a fix, but Leicester winning the league while absolutely doped to the eyeballs.
I mean, I think we can safely say that, can't we?
Yeah. I don't think anyone could sue me for libel over that.
No, it was
or
yeah.
slander, depending on which one's which.
Yeah, I should know this, but I don't. Yeah. I think slander's when you say it, so this would be slander, I think.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, they were clearly off the tits that season, weren't they?
yeah.
To go from where they did to where they got to, and then back to where they did.
Blood bags left, right, and centre.
Yeah, proper Lance Armstrong there.
Calling back to the slander libel, the old J. Jonah Jameson quote, when Peter Falk goes, "Oh, you can't print that. That's slander." He goes, "Hey, have I said that? Slander is spoken in print it's libel." But I think because this is a broadcast, it counts as libel rather than slander.
Okay.
Luckily, you're
Well,
protected if it's completely true.
I'll see them in court anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Can you libel an organisation, or is it like a tort thing?
Yeah.
Is that-
Well,
has to be
to be
against the
fair, Keith,
individual?
I'd love to see you take a Vardy to court.
Hey,
Yeah, we're 5 minutes in, and Matt will already be scrambling on the phone to me when he's listening to this now. So, some answers to this. David said, penalty to Liverpool, play till the RS win, roll over for Liverpool, easy draw for Liverpool, Liverpool. So, I think anything to do with Liverpool. David. Liam, basically anything that favours our dear neighbours, everything always goes their way. True story. Gary's got an interesting one here. Biggest fix in football, more subs, just go back to 3 or 5 maximum. Which, I think, yeah. Definitely. And also, can we not just go back to knockout football in Europe? Like at a push, keep the group stages for the Champions League, but let all the champions on it anyway.
oh, this
God,
new,
I hate modern soccer. Yeah.
this new Champions League format is ludicrous.
I like it.
It's a nonsense.
It's horrible.
I mean, technically, I suppose it is now a Champions League, or well, Champions and Hangers-On League, more than I don't know. Yeah, knockout footy.
Straight knockouts home and away.
Yeah,
And just get whoever. Open draw.
I kind of like it because at the moment you've got PSG and Man City and even Real Madrid who are at risk of not getting to the knockout stages. That would not happen in the old group format.
yeah, but I don't like that because it makes the bad thing much more likely.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
It does. The bad thing's getting worse week by week, isn't it?
The bad thing is it's shaping up to be a very, very, very bad thing this year.
It is. The worst thing, you could say.
Yeah.
I really like how confident some of us Blues were that we would be able to turn them over if we'd played the game because it was a bit windy.
I was just like banking on Jordan Pickford taking shots from goal kicks.
Was anyone disappointed that got called off, by the way? I was made up.
Delighted.
A little from column A and a little from column B, mostly because I drove up to Liverpool on Friday night for it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had to drive all the way back on Saturday.
Did you at least have a nice night in town?
I arrived at like 11.
Oh, shit, okay.
Went and met Matt for a couple of pints in the Bridewell. Shout out to Bridewell. We spent some time with Matt's colleague, who was the worst head-patting, condescending red of all time.
Oh, God.
He just wouldn't stop.
I'd be happy if you guys finished second to us. And we're like, yeah, we hate you.
Oh, no.
The only team we hate more than Liverpool are Everton.
He was genuine about it because he's not one of those like snidey, braggy football fans at all. But I was just like Tony, come on, just stop it, please. You're gonna get stabbed here. It's like, no, but seriously, like I really do. I do like Everton. Like, shut up.
In that situation, sincerity doesn't even help, does it? At all. Oh, God.
No. And the lovely Dom bought us a pint as well. So
good stuff.
Friday. And then I went home on Saturday.
Oh, well. But as ever, we can recommend the Bridewell, obviously sponsors of the brilliant Everton Byline. There we go. Listen to it. It's good. I know. I have to think. Yeah. Could you tell? Oh, and Gary's also said, why is the Premier League taking so long to ratify the Friedkin takeover? Depends what journalist you believe, but we won't pull up that thread.
Journal Lord.
Ben has asked. Oh, Ben was over as well for a few games, and it was lovely to see him. Went to a couple of gigs with him. Top fella. A lot of people are trying to predict our next manager. Can you predict Dyche's next club? What a question.
Yes.
Have you got anything for this?
He's
He'll
going to
end up on
replace.
the overlap.
No,
He's going to
it'll be on
replace.
What? Sorry, go on.
I think he's going to replace Steven Gerrard out Etifak. Imagine him.
Is he frozen?
Oh, I think that's frozen.
On their TV
dear.
show.
Oh, sorry, mate, you froze there. We missed all that. We'll come back to you in a second.
Utter shake nonsense.
I am quite into the idea of Dyche doing this Steven Gerrard thing.
He'll never manage abroad. He's not an abroad manager.
Imagine Sean Dyche in the Saudi Sun.
He's not
Go
going
on,
to
Ed.
go somewhere where there's not a screw fix.
Oh no, I've got it.
Come on.
It's Rangers, isn't it?
That would make a lot of sense.
It's gonna be Rangers.
The
Maybe
orange man.
maybe not with a name like Sean.
Change the spelling, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is a shout. That is a shout, though. He just
But
changed his name to Staunch Dice instead.
I think we could probably manifest it through our tame economist sports reporter.
Okay.
We could get Dyche to Rangers, I reckon.
I reckon we could, you know.
Because he
Yeah,
got Gerrard to
gets
Aston
the bet
Villa.
on. Everyone gets the bet on, and then we get Mr. whatever his name is this week. Mr. Tony Campari, I think it
Tony
was
Campari.
recently. Get our Tony to just put the tweets out there and make it happen, and we make loads of money. And it's not insider trading because it's never real.
No.
So
Sorry, Ed,
what
what did you say about Dyche? Because you're back now.
I am sticking with Al Etifak because, firstly, it would be hilarious. Secondly, I'm trying to remember, is Damari Gray there? He's in that league, isn't he? That'd be funny.
Yeah, he's in the league.
might
He might be there, though.
That'd be very funny. But I can also see him just regularly nipping over to Qatar to hang out with Richard Keys and Andy Gray.
Oh, he'd be full Abu Dhabi, wouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, 100%. He'd love all that.
Yeah, so I'm calling it. Get a big payday over there.
Yeah. Plus, you don't need a screw fix if you're knocking about with all the builders over in Abu Dhabi. Because that's where they all go on holiday. So, yeah, Keith, what are you saying?
Watford.
When in doubt, say Watford.
I know he's not managed Watford, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. He started there, I think, didn't he? So that's not a bad shout. Full circle. I was thinking Luton for some reason.
Controversial.
Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't go down well, but the Denby have asked after David Coote expressed his opinion. Do you think any other referees are biased? Of course they're not. No.
Yeah,
Matt?
I mean,
No.
it depends what you think is biased. Like the first video, what he was recorded saying about Jurgen Klopp. I would bet 3/4 of the referees feel like that.
Yeah.
Because he was an absolute prick. And not just the referees, the journalists as well.
And ball boys.
It's not surprising that he rubbed them the wrong way. Whether it affects the decision making, probably not. They're just all crap. Like, the bias that they have is not against certain teams. It's against upsetting the apple cart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if there's an absolute stonewall penalty or stonewall red card against the title chasing team, they're not going to upset the apple cart. And I believe they're actually briefed to do this, like, say, no big surprises. Like, it's on telly. Just, we don't want to have this as a psychodrama for the next 10 days and have to wheel Howard Webb out with Michael Owen to talk about it. Just no big surprises, no big calls, and that's why they always shit out of the decisions.
I love that. I love the idea that football should be a game that has no surprises whatsoever.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. But yeah, I think you're right, isn't it? It does seem, and this isn't a new thing, by the way. This has been on forever. Basically, the referees have, given decisions to teams at the top of the league. It's always been the case. I think it's just probably highlighted a lot more now, and we get to see it a lot more. What's that?
Clive Thomas.
Yes. There we go.
Well, I think there's two things about referees, especially Premier League referees. Is first of all, they're interested in self-preservation. They've reached the top of their profession and they want to stay there. So they don't want to be accused of bias. They don't want to upset the apple cart, as Matt was saying. They probably are making genuine decisions and some of them are just poor. And then they're probably getting confused by all the different rules that keep coming in. But the other thing as well is referees at that Premier League level are so arrogant as human beings. They really do think they're right all the time about everything. You look at Michael Oliver. That man, you could not have a pint with Michael Oliver. He would take it back if it was 10 millilitres under the pint limit. And he would say, that's not full, top it up. He's that sort of person. So I don't think they're going out saying, oh yeah, I'm going to give a decision this way today. I think there might be maybe some sort of implicit bias if they're getting harangued like it was with Klopp. Because I know there's a lot of fans who like to say, oh, players should get in a referee's face, etc. But really, if you think about it, I mean, I did referee and I quit a long time ago because I hated getting abused. But when someone came up in my face and screamed at me and told me I was wrong, etc., I didn't think, oh, God, yeah, he's right. I thought, oh, you little prick, you know what? If I get another chance, I'm giving another one. It's just how you get really defensive because it's horrible.
Yeah, this is what I always think. Like when you immediately boo the referee as soon as his name's announced, can't really do anyone any good. That kind of.
I love that. It's one of my favourite parts of the Goodison match day. The little pantomime boo when the referee's announced. It does not matter who it is. It can be someone entirely brand new.
Yeah. It has been. It literally has been.
They could say today's referee Changi the Elephant, and we go boo. It doesn't matter who it is.
We can do it at friendlies.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
It's got to be done. But yeah, I don't know if it does any good whatsoever.
When did we start doing that? Because we didn't do it for every referee when I first.
No, it was selective.
Yeah, but it seems to be like in the last 6 or 7 years, it's every referee now.
But the thing is now, like it used to be, you'd look at the referee and think, oh, we might get something out of him, or oh God, I don't want him. But literally every week now, who's the referee? It doesn't really matter, does it? They're going to be shite anyway. It's just.
Yeah, I think it's since there was a new influx of referees, and there's just a whole bunch of names we didn't really recognise.
Oh God!
So we just sort of went, you know what, boo them all.
Jared Gillette.
Horrors, isn't there? That PE teacher from Sussex that we always seem to get whenever we play Brighton. A big fat lump.
He's so bad.
Can't keep up with the play. He's an absolute lummox. I think, to be honest, I think we should normalise booing people at work. Like doing the jobs. If you're not doing your job to a high standard, boo them.
Or just on the street. Don't let the cut to someone's gym. Boom.
On a team's call, like project managers struggling with like budgets and finances and whatnot, just boo them.
Yeah. In fact, they should have a button. You know, it's got the little raise your hand button.
Yeah.
Should have a booing button. You do that as well. Just automate it.
That's what we should have in the ground, a boo button.
I hate that. Stop giving our jobs to AI.
Or like one of those graphics on the massive scoreboards that they've got that are like bigger than Bootle, and have like, you know, like in American football stadiums they have things like get loud and whatnot. Ours should just say boo. choreographed
along.
Booing. Get the 1878s on that. A big bed sheet that just says boo.
You'll be glad to hear that our referee tomorrow is Craig Pawson.
Craig Pawson. Boo. Can't even think why we don't like him. Is there a reason we don't like him?
I reckon his wife boos him when he comes home.
Of course. Did we just get a glimpse of Ed's cat?
Yeah, my cat's trying to interfere in the process here.
Good stuff. There we go.
Hello.
Anyone watching on YouTube, Ed Cat has
Yeah.
just entered the conversation.
Yeah, if
Anyone
you
not
recall,
watching on YouTube,
Dawson-
Ed's cat has entered the conversation as well, but you can't see them.
you
Liam,
recall the Newcastle game, Les? Sorry. I was just
Go
saying
ahead.
about Portsmouth Newcastle game. Remember,
Yeah.
it was the Dan Burn one when he didn't give a penalty because he said
Oh.
Calvert-Lewin kicked him when he just threw his leg in front of him. Liverpool
Yeah.
got given the exact same penalty in the Champions League this week,
Did they?
where the leg goes in front and the player kicks it and it goes down, and they got given it after VAR like straight away.
Yeah,
On the Sky, even Stephen Warnock said that was a penalty. And he's
Technically,
a defender and a cop-out.
every tripping penalty involves the person who was tripped kicking the leg of the person who was doing the trip.
Yeah.
If you want to go into semantics, that is the mechanics of a trip.
We got away with one at Ipswich the week after, didn't we, for the same thing? But I think that's a penalty all day. If if someone puts the leg in front of you and you kick it, they've gone for the ball, not got the God, I think we did a whole Blue Monday with Dave on that when he was just saying it definitely wasn't a penalty, and then got vindicated the week after against Ipswich. Anyway, Liam Fitz has asked, who is a football hard man who you could have in a fight? He's sick of seeing Roy Keane offering straighteners. Did you see the state of Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher in the car park? Saying this fella's taking his time, doing some sort of piss take, because Roy Keane offered them out, I think, didn't he? After the Ipswich game.
As you may have guessed from my tone earlier when mentioning the overlap, I have very, very little time or patience for these performative idiots. Just talk about the match and fuck off.
Exactly. Yeah. Same. Can't be doing with it.
Can't be arsed with what punditry has become. It's. I know it's for a new generation, and it's what the kids like to see, and nonsense. Tell me if you think it was offside or not. Tell me if you think it was a penalty. Tell me how you scored a goal like that once in your career, and then get in your car and fucking go home.
Yeah, you say the kids want to see, but I think, Keith, as parents of teenage kids, I don't think our kids would like to see it. I don't think they give a fuck, do they?
No.
At all.
I mean, to be fair, our kids are in the pub with us normally. We're not watching that nonsense. Legally, we must point out legally.
Oh God, yeah.
Our teenage kids are of an age to purchase and consume alcohol.
Terrifyingly, yeah, they are.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, it is. There was a clip, dude. So what was that?
I've just been thinking about, Keith, where you say people should just talk about what went on in the match and stop with the performative nonsense. Anyway, back to Mailbag.
This isn't performative nonsense, it's just nonsense.
Mailbag isn't a football-based pod, though. And we do tend to talk about what happens in the match when we do post-match. So I'm giving us a pass on that. Apart from when we go apocalyptic.
Yeah, I think Mailbag is the diehard of football podcasts. So it's not a football podcast. It's just a podcast that has some football in it occasionally. Like Die Hard is not a Christmas film. It's a film set at Christmas. But we won't pull at that thread. Let's not pull at that thread. I'll just put it out there. Any football hard man? Ed, are you take down with the roundhouse?
I mean, look at me. I'm not taking anybody in a fight, but I'd love to have a go at Joey Barton.
Oh God, yeah.
He is the faux hard man, isn't he? He's got nothing.
Yeah.
He's also a faux intellectual, and he's also a faux right-wing bigot. He's just a made-up human being.
I don't think that last one is faux.
No.
Okay, yeah, reasonable.
I am surprised his profile hasn't risen more in the sort of the black right-wing grifting circles. He proper went all in on it, didn't he?
Is it?
And it's just not happening, which is nice to see.
Just noise, doesn't it? He's just a fashionist, a fash.
Yeah. Puts a pair of bins on, listens to the Smiths, thinks he's intellectual. Gobshite.
Awesome fash.
Matt, anyone you take down?
Robbo.
Oh God, yeah.
Come on.
Second shout in 2 weeks for him. Good
He's
stuff.
the kind of fella who'd like snarl at you in the pub, and then as soon as you stood up at your seat, you'd see him just duck behind someone's shoulder, and like you do the whole hold me back thing. Like, did you see that lad who managed to get out the away end?
Dundee, wasn't it?
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, he runs towards the home fans, and then he stops halfway, looks over his shoulder, realizes he's on his own, and then retreats back behind the steward.
Oh, it was so funny. The steward just sort of half turned and went like, "Oh fucking, he can go," and just let him go, didn't he? Thought he was fronting the away fans with about 10 other lads behind him, and he's on his own. Amazing. It's so funny. I think mine, Martinez at United. He's just a shy talk, isn't he? He fancies himself as like some Argentinian hard man. He's smaller than me, and he's shit.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you can't be a football hard man if you're not tall enough to ride the Nemesis at Alton Towers.
What about Gary Medell?
Oh God, yeah.
He's a bit of a psychopath. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
I think with Lisandro Martinez, you could just do the Scrappy Doo thing where you just put your hand on his head and just let him swing.
You could just hold him off, couldn't you?
Let me have him. What a prick! What a prick Scrappy Doo was.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah. Utter shithouse.
Yeah. Him and Godzuki, big. Warren, don't know where this question's come from Warren, but has anyone ever set off for a journey only have to turn back for some reason?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
I was actually in touch
I
with
do
Warren
have a good one on this.
Go ahead.
We tried to go on holiday last January.
Yeah.
Flew to Cape Verde. On the way to Cape Verde, Max, shut up.
See, even Max is having bad flashbacks about this.
Yeah. On the way to Cape Verde, the pilot announced that we couldn't land on the right island because it didn't have instrument landing, whatever, and there was a Saharan dust storm across the islands. So we landed on the wrong island, sat in the airport for 8 hours, eventually they tried to fly us to Malaga, but Malaga said no, we're not taking anyone. Tried to fly us to Tenerife. Tenerife said no. They tried to fly us to Faro. We were on and off the aircraft about 5 or 6 times. Eventually got bussed to a hotel where we spent the night on the reception floor with blankets. Got up the next day, got wristbands for the buffet and whatnot. Me and her took it as an excuse to absolutely abuse the all-inclusive bar. Got shit-faced, and then in the afternoon they told us they were flying us back to Birmingham because there was no space on this island for us, and they couldn't get us across to the other one. So yeah, there you go. Had to turn back. It was a slightly delayed turn back, but it was a lot sooner than we'd expected.
Yeah,
I also got really sunburnt as well.
Just to make it worse.
Yeah, so I was hungover and sunburnt on the flight home, and landed at Birmingham at 4 a.m.
I mean, it's trips go.
It's a pretty tragic situation. Like, Everton prepared me for that holiday, being an Everton fan, for that level of disappointment. But yeah, that was pretty grim. So we made up for it by we got loads of vouchers back off TUI or whoever it was, and I went to Mexico a couple of months later.
Nice. So story with a nice happy ending, as hopefully Warren's and yours turnaround story for the derby will have a happy ending in April or whenever it happens, and the bad thing won't happen after all. Hopefully. Matt, Ed, have you got any turnaround stories? Not beating that one, I don't think.
I mean, there's no topping it, is there? I think the one I thought of was when I went to my first Everton game after turning 18. So I used to live quite a long way away, near where Keith is now. So it was a long old trip up. And I was dead excited because it was the first time I was able to go to the pub, have a pint, watch the game. Big deal for me. And we must have been maybe about an hour into the journey, so making our way up the M4. and I realised that I'd left my passport at home, and that was my only form of ID.
Oh,
And so there was on the motorway, 50 miles an hour, going, "Do we go back? Do we go back? But we did.
did.
Went back to get the passport. And went the game. Didn't even have time to go to the pub. Didn't do it.
You didn't get the pint anyway.
Didn't get the pint anyway.
Oh,
What a
my
waste
God.
of time.
Where'd you go back for the passport then?
Exactly. Oh, I tell you, it was terrible. But there's no topping Cape Verde. That's all I've got to offer.
No, Matt, ever done a Grandpa Simpson?
No, I'm one of those people that if I'm like 10 steps out the door and I forgot something, I'll think for a second, like, do I really, 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 really need it? And I'll be like, forget it. Can't be asked. Plus, it's bad luck. Do you ever do that thing where you come back every something and spin around 5 times?
No, but I probably will do now I know about it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Never heard that, yeah. If you have to go back
No.
in your house after just leaving, you have to do like spin around 3 times. I come from a very superstitious family.
So, right, is this what Jack Harrison did before he came on a sub the other day? He forgot his shin pad, went back to changes, put it in, spun round, came out, did that.
That
would explain it.
Yeah, I think he's spun around about 25 times.
Must be what maybe he forgot both shinnies and his wristband and his hair gel, something like that. So he did a load of spinning around. Must have been.
The way he was shooting, it looked like he forgot his fucking shoelaces.
I'm still agog at those shots. I don't think I'll ever get over that.
I love that it took 10 minutes for an Albanian football Twitter account. 10 minutes of watching Everton to hate Jack Harrison.
Incredible. Oh, so have you seen that AI thing's free on Twitter now? The AI image tool, is it Grok or something? Right. So Jay sent me a picture last night that he'd done on it. I looked at it and said, "Is that Jack Harrison shaking hands with Hitler?" He's like, "Yep." So,
hey,
I've no idea, but I can see where he's coming from.
I found this last night at about 2:30 this morning when I was absolutely bladdered and just got back to the hotel. And I asked it to draw Abby Titmus juggling. I have zero idea why. Her name has not factored into my sphere of influence in a good 10-15 years. But yeah, and it did, and I can't even remember if it looked like her or not because I think
the juggling was just open-ended, just juggling.
Yeah, just juggling.
Yeah,
whatever
by the way, did you say it was called Grok?
It's
Grok, isn't it?
Grok.
No, that's not right.
Okay, I think.
A Grok is a 6'4" centre forward who can only head the ball and can't move.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
So I'm not having
that is what it's called. Yeah. I saw this thing the other day, just on a little tangent on that, about stuff the Zoomers say and like slang words and stuff. And one of them was sus. To say something suspicious.
Yeah.
Everyone's been saying it's something sus for years, haven't they? Yeah. But it's like this is a new thing, sus. No, it's not. Everyone's been saying that forever.
There's literally a Wikipedia page about sus laws, which was just racist policing.
Yeah. It's one of the things with TikTok is they think they've invented everything. Is when my wife worked at a primary school, all the teachers had to do the YMCA in assembly, which is bad enough. And then the kids came up to her and went, "How do you know about that, miss? That's the TikTok dance."
Oh God!
The YMCA.
Oh Jesus!
So
I was furious.
I just asked Grok to make me a picture of Dixie Dean in the Bradwell pub. And it's come up with a picture of a man who is not Dixie Dean in a pub that is not the Bradwell pub. So it's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice one, Space Karen. Good work.
Space Karen.
Right, we're on to Maggie's roundup, and it's a bumper pre-Christmas edition. So we'll kick off with a couple from last week. You got the opportunity to enact the South Korean-esque martial law within Everton Football Club for 6 hours and 3 minutes. What you do, why'd you do it, and how evil a laugh can you do while going at it? Martial law at Everton. Who are we marching out?
Darryl Griffith.
Is he head of media? Is he?
Something like that, yeah.
Snods and Diamond.
Anyone ever got a massage diploma? That's all. You know.
In
Quite
fitting with the section of the show that we're on now, I've asked Grok to draw Maggie's roundup, and it's too bright, isn't it? Let's turn the brightness down on that. That might work.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, there you go. Maggie's roundup.
Yeah, we were all thinking Toy Story, weren't we? God.
It was a good episode. For anyone listening on the podcast, I'm not going to explain it. Just watch it on YouTube. What we're doing then, we're marching Big Daz, Griffiths out, Snods, and Diamond.
Are we just do like retribution against people, or do we actually get to make rules and change policies? Because
let's go all in and change stuff.
I would like to establish a golden credit. So all the away credits still exist, but you get a golden credit which pushes you to the front of the queue if you get a ticket and actually turn up for Southampton for Peterborough on the Thursday night in the cup.
That's a good shout.
Nice.
Oh, tickets have been on sale for a few days, haven't they?
Yes, season ticket holders have till I think Sunday to secure their seat.
Okay.
So, public service announcement. Still haven't sorted mine.
Can we have the blue nets back?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Like, of course we can. We're declare we're in charge. We're making the laws. Yeah, blue nets. Get the blue nets back.
Yeah. And the wooden scoreboards on the park end as well.
Oh, on the side.
Yeah, where you have to like put the number over
with the hand woven clap. What you lose. Hey.
Bring back the little trampoline for the hit the bar challenge.
Oh God, yeah, what a shout!
Because it was terrible. Because whoever was throwing the ball couldn't get the ball to bounce off the trampoline to the right place.
Yeah.
So they were always severely handicapped when they were trying to shoot. So bring back the little trampoline.
Yeah. There was, because it was like a volley, wasn't it?
Yeah. Give Jack Harrison the trampoline.
Make Jack Harrison the trampoline.
Just bounce it off his brill creamed head.
I'd probably, to be honest, I'd probably fix the ale as well because it's fucking dreadful.
Oh yeah, the ale and food. Does anyone know what it's going to be in the new ground yet? Saki, the lager.
I think they're continuing the deal with Molson Coors, so there's still going to be carling, but in a couple of the places there's going to be like a local cellar. So in the upper south they got their two big bars. In the middle is where the actual beer is. So they might have some space to bring in guest ales. You never know.
Oh God, I am begging for Trapper's Hat, Brimston's Brewery. Just get that on tap, lads. I'll be very happy.
Trapper's Hat. What about that little micro pub in Hoylake that we went to?
Yeah, the Black Toad does it. Can get it in bottles there. Oh, it's a cracking drop. Yeah, so I think we sorted that. The media team out, blue nets in, scoreboards changed, ale and food better. Everyone's happy.
Yeah,
if Storm Dara cancels our weekend plans, what will you do instead? So did anyone do anything in particular instead of the derby last week? I just stayed in.
I slept.
Good work.
Well,
you were on your Christmas night out the night before, weren't you, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That followed by a derby would have been brutal.
Oh, God. Yeah. Followed by that derby in that weather.
Oh God.
Horrific. Did you do anything?
I played over the weekend, a solid 24 hours of video games.
Oh, good stuff.
I absolutely hammered the PS5, so it was well worth it. Playing a game called Dying Light 2. It's a parkour-based zombie action game. Really taking out some anger on some zombies. So, cheers to the undead lads. Appreciate it. It was good.
Cracking set of lads for doing that.
Real good sports. Good sports.
Yeah. Keith, just doing it.
I drove up the road and drove back down the road,
Of course you did. We've done that
and
one.
then that was about it for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we got an earlier dart than we would have done over to Manchester. So I met Jamie from America and Ben in the pub, and then went to see Idols in Manchester, which was very good. Great set of lads, really good gig.
Fantastic.
And it didn't get recognised on the way in for looking like the lead singer, unfortunately. Very sad about that. Maggie's next question, Matt, this is for you. This is where we go into our individual rounds now. Matt, as ever, but in capitals this time, Matt Flusk, political soapbox.
Oh my God, where do I begin? I'll just keep it brief because people can see me tweets. They know what I'm about. Streeting needs to burn in hell. And when it comes to private healthcare CEOs, lots of people every day get shot, but very few people get executed. Think on that.
Yeah, fair enough. On the healthcare CEO thing, the blind boy does a really good bit on his this week's podcast. He basically he's the podcast's going to be about spaghetti bolognese, but he just before he starts, he gets onto this whole story and is sort of appraisal of it's brilliant, as you'd expect, because he's a great fella. I forgot to do the questions, haven't I? But yeah, that's well worth a listen. Let's rip through Mangus. There you go. Matt's political soapbox just come up. But yeah, well worth a listen. And yeah, Matt's with you there. Who's next? Oh, it's me. Okay. Your favourite pair of Christmas trainers, a poem by Les. So, because I am a content writer in real life, I thought I'd do what I always do and go to ChatGPT to do this for me. And it did come up with a poem called The Christmas Trainers. I don't really write my content using ChatGPT, come on. But this poem, it's better than anything I could have done. So, beneath the tree, a festive sight, Adidas stripes in black and white, the gazelles dance through winter's chill, their comfort matched by style and skill. Puma proud, the sleek design, gold on suede, their logo fine. Through snowy streets they made their mark, a feline grace that lit the dark. Nike swoosh there, bold and supreme, wings of speed, an athlete's dream. They race through frost, the world their track, a gift of motion, no looking back. I'm nearly done, bear with me, I'll get the guitar out next. But in the quiet, a thought took hold of something simple, timeless, bold, a Slovakian charm, so pure, so true. Nova Star pumps in white and blue. So off I went, no time to spare, to claim another cherished pair. A Christmas tale of shoes well spent, with love for trainers, my joy's content. That's all right. That's not bad. The prompt was, can you write me a short poem about a favourite pair of Christmas trainers, including brands Adidas, Puma, Nike, and ending with me buying another pair of Nova Star Slovakian PE pumps. So I think it hit the remit there. Fair play. Yeah. Keith. Oh no, Ed, we're coming at you.
All right.
So this one is Bullseye. Who get more CEOs? Face Luigi. Face Luigi. Or Luke the Nuke Littler by Ed McCosh.
Incredible. Passing over to the darts correspondent. I appreciate that. I mean, Littler's got less firepower, but he can probably take 3 at a time. And his aim is incredible. So I'd have to give it to the wee man.
Yeah.
Especially because he's not, in prisons right now. Helps.
It probably does, yeah, I suppose. And stick with you for this one as well. Liam Fitz has asked, and everyone can join in on this one, obviously. What's harder, a hole in one, a 147, or a 9-dart finish? The real answer to this question, what's harder, is obviously Tony Evans. But in this instance, what's harder, hole in one, 147, or a 9-dart finish? Good question.
I don't know if you saw this. It was only a couple of weeks ago. Paddy Power did a event where they got 2 of the world's best darts players. They gave them 2 hours to do a 9-dart finish. They gave 2 top snooker players 2 hours to do a 147, and they gave 2 top golfers. I think it was a 140-yard par 3 to get a hole in one. And in the 2 hours, there was one 147 by Sean Murphy. So
that was it.
To rile all of the snooker fans who get really pissed off about this, I'll say 147 is easy. As far as I'm concerned, the only one I've got even remotely close to is a 9-darter, and that is utterly ridiculous. I don't think people appreciate how difficult that exactly is.
Yeah.
So I think the hole-in-one is technically easiest in that it takes one swing.
It feels like there's more luck involved in that, though, to me.
100%. Hole-in-one
Yeah.
is the easiest one to fluke.
Yeah.
9-darter's the second easiest one to fluke because
No,
You can't fluke a 9-darter. That's nonsense.
You
you
can't.
can because it's only 9 throws.
Only
You can't fluke a 147 because it's 36 shots. So statistically, getting 9 lucky darts is easier than having 9 lucky snooker shots.
I've been
36
playing
lucky snooker shots.
darts for well over a decade, and I've never had more than 2 lucky darts in a row. So if someone can get 9, congratulations to them.
Statistically,
no.
Statistically,
it's if it's 36 shots, isn't it? Because it's 15 reds, 15 colors, and then the 6 colors. So that's 36, and then you've got 9 darts. So it's 4 times harder to fluke a 147 than it is to fluke a 9-darter.
I think we should probably agree you can't really fluke either of them. That's just not a thing.
I mean, 147 requires an element of luck because it requires the reds to spread in such a way that it is possible. Like, if you get 1 red that hits the cushion or lands on the cushion, you probably can't get a 147 without being really jammy. It does require that setup at the beginning of it. A 9-dart finish, you've got to hit something that is like 4/10 of a square inch. You've got to hit that 8 times and then get a double. I'd say probably at the 6th dart, is it, Ed? Is when you're oh shit. Like, you've thrown a 180, you've thrown treble 20, and then you go, oh shit. And then you've got to get that third in for 2 180s, and then the pressure is up and up and up. You've got to get your treble 20, your treble 19, your double 12. Like, the building of pressure as a 9-darter gets closer and closer makes it so much more difficult than a 147. You don't see snooker players when they're like on the last 3 blacks going like that. Ooh, am I getting a 147 here? They're just thinking, oh, I've got a century, sound.
Yeah, and once you're on the colours, it's much easier.
Yeah, it's definitely a 9er.
I've
147 is the hardest of them.
I've been 6 darts into a 9-darter, and Matt is right. When you've got the 6 and you're going, oh my god, I can do this, your hand starts shaking, and it's pretty scary. So I'm sticking with 9-darter. I agree with Matt.
I'm going to throw the Goodison Park crossbar challenge into the mix as well.
Honestly, if someone could just put on a decent pair of traps for that crossbar challenge,
see,
why are they all going on in loafers?
The people get drawn on the day, so you just don't know. But you've put your name in, so I'll be taking a pair of boots with me every game just in case.
No, you realise you'd have about 3 pairs.
Of course, yeah. Easy. For each set of conditions, like if it's really wet, you want dead
for each kick.
Yeah, change the boots after each one. Maggie again. A Festive Everton question. God, where's it gone? What's the worst post-Christmas state you've ever turned up to a Boxing Day game in? Matt?
I don't think I've ever really been that bad, to be honest. I mean, how many actual games have we played at home on the 26th recently? Like, in the last 20 years?
My first thought for this, because I can't really remember Boxing Day ones, was that New Year's Day game against Leicester, which I binned off before, as soon as that was like a midday kickoff on New Year's Day, I just jibbed it because I knew I'd be in no state or have any inclination to go and watch that. So I was an absolute mess on the couch watching that. So I think that one for me. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll throw New Year's Day games into it as well.
I think I was 20 minutes late for that one.
See, and that's still 20 past 12. That's still mad early for a game.
Yeah, it's awful.
Ed?
I've never done a Boxing Day game. Not Everton anyway. And my hot take is Boxing Day games are terrible and should be scrapped.
I agree.
No one's asked. The players aren't asked. The fans aren't asked. We're all dragging ourselves. I mean, I'm not. I just said I've never been to one, but but everyone's dragging themselves to these games and then having to cancel Christmas plans or whatever. Especially those who have to do big trips to away games. No one wants it, and the players are knackered. I mean, just give him an extra 3 days off.
I just want a nice Boxing Day roast dinner. That's all I want. I don't want to be hoofing it to the game.
And you don't want to be disappointed as well. So if anything, Sky should just be putting on old games.
Yeah,
and it should
Premier League years.
exclusively, if they're going to do reruns, exclusively be highly entertaining draws. Everyone can enjoy them. Well, it's nice 3-3, is it? Great.
Yeah, everyone's a winner, but no one's a winner.
Exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Keith?
Leicester. Yeah. That was hideous. It's the worst I've ever felt in a football ground.
It was funny watching it on telly as well because you could see that the ground was so quiet because everyone was obviously just sitting there just staring into space. And the players just looked the same. The players actually looked like they'd been out on the yellow night before because none of them could be arsed either.
A lot of them probably had.
Yeah, it was daft. Another festive one. Which player is currently winning? Oh my god, winning one again. Which festive blue imp is trying to get everyone to lose it?
I'm still in the game.
I'm still in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not because someone did it on karaoke last night at the Christmas do.
Ouch.
Dear me.
I don't subscribe to this game because I think we should honour the man and listen to it.
See, George Michael's all year round for me though, so he's for life, not just for Christmas.
There we go.
Sorry, Keith.
Beat me to it.
I'm going to go Pickford for this. Because I don't reckon Pickford listens to Christmas songs. So I'm going to say he's still the one. And I reckon Michael Keane is pushing it on everyone.
I think there's only a select number who would do this because every footballer of a certain age now is basically below 25. They all listen to exactly the same songs and exactly the same artists. And they probably haven't even heard of one. So it'd have to be one of the older fellas. Put Andy Lonergan, gone but not forgotten. He would have been doing this.
Yeah, that's a shout. Gone but not forgotten. Do you know what? It was the same in the 80s, though. Let me take you back there again. You'd always have in the middle of the programme, you'd have like a player profile and he'd have a picture of a player with his wife, undoubtedly an Alsatian dog. And it'd ask them questions about, like, does anyone still have Alsatians, by the way? Everyone had them in the 80s. We never really see them anymore.
Always the long-haired ones as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, proper German Shepherds, yeah. But it always had, like, ask questions about the musical taste, and every footballer liked Phil Collins. It was just a thing. They all loved Phil Collins. He was the favourite artist, like, without fail. So
Good lad, Phil.
It's always been the same. Any more on that?
No, I agree. Pickford is a scoundrel. So it's a good shout.
Scoundrel is a good word for it. Last one from Maggie. Keanu Reeves is currently playing Shadow the Hedgehog. Which equally unlikely Everton player would he play in a film adaptation?
Michael Brandt.
He could play Jack Harrison, and the film would be called Lack of Speed. Thanks, everyone.
Dearly me.
Head with a Christmas cracker. I like it. Speaking of which, show the people on YouTube the Christmas jumper you got on.
Oh, I'd be delighted to. You can see this. It is an exclusive limited edition mini Cheddar's themed Christmas jumper with seasonal greetings as a delightful pun. It is. I won it in a competition, and it is my pride and joy.
It's an incredible effort. I love it.
How great mini Cheddars, by the way? Can I get a shout out for mini Cheddars?
Mini Cheddars are decent. Good. It's good mini Cheddar season as well now.
Oh yeah, perfect mini Cheddar.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
YouTube are going to kick this off for thinking it's sponsored, aren't they?
We are. Well, do we want a sponsor for this? I'd have a sponsor for this. We do need a sponsor for Blue Monday. If anyone's listening and wants to sponsor Blue Monday, we can take payments in pints. So
mini Cheddars
or whatever, or things. It's fine.
We need a sponsor. You want a sponsor, you don't need it.
We need one, but it'd be nice, you know. Everyone else has a sponsor. Why hasn't Blue Monday got a sponsor?
Hey, it's takeover season. Come on, let's all get on there.
Takeover season. Any word on the takeover, by the way? What's the latest? Any battling journalists out there?
No.
Oh, just I've just so hot off the press. I've just seen a tweet from Tangled Up in Blues. So what's the biggest fix? Modern ticket prices. I can't understand why fans accept increases so passively just because a club down the road charges similar. It's killing atmosphere and future generations of supporters. Yeah, I touched upon this on Blue Monday, I think last week, sort of saying the football's so tribal that there's never going to be any serious collective action because it's kind of like, well, we're all right and you're not. It's horrible. But anyway, question: what's your guilty pleasure Christmas film?
I love
Nice
the
twist on
Grinch.
the question for me. The Grinch.
I love the Grinch, mostly because of the realization over time that the Grinch doesn't hate Christmas. The Grinch hates people,
Fair.
and I can identify with that.
Yeah, that's a shout. I'm just looking at Christmas films now.
I think mine is Last Christmas. Like, it's a pretty bad film with a pretty predictable plot and a predictable twist, but I just think that what's her face, Emilia Clarke in it is just dead entertaining and dead funny. Like, obviously totally different to Game of Thrones. So I'd say that it's just one of those trash films that it's like.
Yeah, do you know what? I am a big fan of the Channel 5 Hallmark Christmas films as well. They're all the same. They're the same all year round, just with tinsel at Christmas. But yeah, it is incredible afternoon telly.
I think my two would either be Jingle All the Way,
Oh, a classic.
I mean,
Stone
awful,
cold.
but it's great. Phil Hartman, what a legend. Or it was out. Was it last year, the year before? Called Violent Night.
That's so good.
Yeah, David Harbour playing a nutsy Santa, just whacking people.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah, enjoyed that. Also, Krampus was good. We've seen that. It's awful. It's so bad.
So bad.
But it's great with a lovely twist at the end. Oh, mega. Watching that again. Right, we've got 2 more to go. We could get this done within the hour. Good stuff. Ben, 3 more to go, sorry. Ben has asked, what's the strangest thing you've seen on a plane or airport?
Keith, about 5 times in the same day.
Hey? Yeah.
Strangest thing.
I think mine was a suitcase where the people like put little tags on the suitcase so they recognise them on the conveyor belt. Someone had put like their head, a picture of their head on it. So it was their face just like wrapped around the suitcase. It was like a big oblong shaped head going around the conveyor belt. It was dead weird.
That's
got to be no suitcase, but very strange.
Pretty bizarre.
I think my one, I was in Düsseldorf airport once when it was on fire. So I think open flame is probably quite a weird thing to see in an airport. Just in general, I didn't really think about it. I was like, what, have I had anything happen in an airport? I was like, you know what? It's probably pretty weird if the airport's on fire, isn't it? So that's my
yeah, it's not something many people would see that.
I'll tell you what's pretty mad. This smoking area in Liverpool John Lennon Airport, like going out, it's like something from Children of Men. It's absolutely wild. Like, you have to go down this set of stairs, which looks like it's from an office block from the 60s, with just like it's not even graffiti on the walls, it's just like scuffs and like a couple of scribbles and that. And then you go outside and you're just greeted by this like huge fence right in front of you. You turn left and there's just like a little corner, you go around with a little ramp, and then there's a little tin shed. But the walls around this little alcove have got like metal on them, like metal sheeting. And then you're just about 5 feet from like a huge fence to the air side, and there's just like 9 Eastern European fellas just huddled there, just like the bit from the IT crowd, just like tongue and bit, just shivering. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
You've got to be panicking that you're getting deported or something when you get there.
Honestly, it's grim. It really is grim.
This is a bit of a tangent. I was just thinking to do with transit and weird things. Last night, I was walking home down the Strand, and going up the Strand was the Nottingham Forest team coach. I've got no idea why.
What would they have been doing there?
I've got no idea. If anyone listening or watching has any idea what the Nottingham Forest team coach was doing going up the Strand yesterday, please tell me, because I cannot work it out. That wrecked my head for the rest of the day.
Who are they playing this weekend?
I think they're at home.
They are. They're at home to Villa tomorrow.
Yeah.
Little day out. Oh,
Under 18s or the sort.
Everton played Forest's under 18s the other day, didn't they? And
Oh yeah,
Ah,
we levered
there
them
you go.
7-0. Yeah.
Mystery
there we
solved.
go. We
Well
got
done.
to the bottom of it.
I'm really glad, because that could have ruined my weekend.
And
It's just thinking about wake
also,
up 2 o'clock in the morning.
just to be sort of accurate on this, it's Notts Forest and not Nottingham.
Sorry, yeah,
True.
not Forest. You're right. Yeah.
Did actually say that on the coach as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not big letters.
Right, 2 more. One from Stephen. If you could relive any year of your life, what would it be?
Oh God. I don't know.
Probably 2019. 2019 was all right.
Yeah,
Until
it didn't end
the bad,
well though,
until the
did
bad
it?
thing in December.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because me and Carlo then, didn't we?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
March,
get Carlo.
was it March 2019? Oh
But-
no, because it was March 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, we would have done. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the COVID season, wasn't it? That he
Yeah.
was, yeah.
1920, yeah.
Yeah, so we had Carlo, that was all right. My best mate got married, and I got to be his best man. I went to an Ashes test with my dad. I went to another wedding early that year in France. That was pretty boss. And I saw the aforementioned Idols at Six Music Festival.
Stuff.
It's a
Yeah, it's belter.
solid year, that.
I think this year has been unsurpassed for me for gigs. I've been to so many good gigs and ticked the load off. It's been incredible.
I can't think of one. I don't know. Look forward, not back.
Good, yeah, I like that. Good mantra. But in the spirit of this question, 1985 for me. I turned 8.
Why?
I turned 8. I just started playing football with my mates. I don't know what else happened in that year. The music was good in that year. I don't know, 1985. I'll come back on that. There's another reason, though. Definitely another reason.
Rocky 3, which is
Could
the
have
one
been
with,
that, actually, yeah.
which is the one with James Brown. That was 85. That one.
James
Yeah.
Brown is Rocky 4.
4 with Ivan Drago, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Dolph Lundgren, lads.
Hey.
That's the fella. Ed, what year you go back to?
Officially, I'll have to say 2022, because it's when I got married.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Unofficially,
The
unofficially 2014, which was obviously the back end of the first Martinez season. For me, it was the back end of my first year of uni.
Oh, lovely.
And it was a wonderful time. Absolutely no responsibility whatsoever. It was just playing footy 3 days a week, getting on the ale all the time, having little to no responsibility. The 2014 World Cup was wonderful for me because I stayed up in Sheffield where I was at uni and just watched every single game. You know, we went out on the night. We wouldn't even bother going home. We just go back house. It was just a glorious summer. So yeah, I've moved on from it now, but that feeling of freedom, 2014, special year for me.
Lovely stuff. We'll finish on this one from Chris. Create your own advent calendar. What's behind the doors? Picture a Pickford and Van Dijk on every door for me.
I mean,
maybe like almost like a stop motion effect.
Yeah.
So as you open each door, you can see it happening.
are we talking the pictures or the little treats?
What's that?
Are we talking the pictures or the little treats?
Go with both.
Well, the little treats, considering the fixture list we got in December, I think the most responsible thing would just be a tramadol every day.
Yeah. Fair.
And then, we can save them up. And then
Yeah.
when the derby gets rescheduled, we can all-
Yeah, I'm having that. Keith?
Yeah. Picture of Rude Hullet sitting on a shed.
24 times.
You've been on Grok again?
Aye.
You've been on Grok again?
10 points for anyone who gets the reference.
See, I don't.
What?
I don't. What am I missing? Oh, God, yeah, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
Once you've listened to this, tweet in and reply to the tweet and tell us if you got the reference or not.
Oh, and yeah, we'll end on this. It is definitely time to watch that particular Christmas special, I think.
Yeah.
100%. Right, that's it, lads. Lovely way to spend the Friday evening.
Yay, we survived.
Yeah, oh yeah. Up them
We made
tomorrow. I am thinking tomorrow's game we could have the unenviable stat of getting beat 4-0, winning 4-0, getting beat 4-0, 3 consecutive fixes. It could happen.
I might put a fiver on that, That's a good shout.
It will be incredible bit of Everton in that, wouldn't it?
That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna have some on that. I think I'm gonna do the sensible thing and go out for a big run and not watch it.
Pat.
Did you say big rum?
No, I had my big rums last night. I've somehow been talked into running a half marathon in February, I think. So I'm 5 weeks into my 13-week training program from fat arse to half marathon, or fat arse running a half marathon, because I'm not really going to lose any weight, but I'm just going to travel a bit further while doing so. So yeah, there we go. That I might do that tomorrow while the footy's on. Just go for a big old run.
It's not a bad shout because I don't think you'll miss anything.
No.
But yeah, there we are for this week's
Arsenal 4-0 is 10-1.
Is it?
Yeah. Arsenal to beat us is 1-5. That's incredible.
I'm going to have some on that 4-0, I think.
There's double chance.
Just getting live betting odds here.
We're 10-3 to get a result of any kind. That's not bad.
Include the defeat, because technically that's a result.
Yeah. Everton or draw, 10-3.
All right, okay.
But yeah, we're a 3 o'clock kickoff at Arsenal. It feels like we never get a 3 o'clock kickoff at Arsenal.
No.
I'll put it this way. I'm expecting us to be 2-0 down at 2:30 and the game starts at 3.
Yeah, could 100% see that happening. Definitely at Arsenal. Right, lads, that is it for this week's mailbag. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Matt. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. Up those toffees, and we will catch you next time on Mailbag.